Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly and today we are going to be planning for Christmas week. And the kit I'm going to be using is this cozy, I think it was called Cozy Sweater Kit from Glam Planner. I'll just quickly show you what we have here. Lovely deco, full boxes, all this jazz. And honestly, I thought I was going to use this earlier in December, but then when I was going to plan out my kits, I realized this actually feels very like home for the holidays to me, because it has like the car and just the coziness and everything, which is kind of what I associate with going home to my mom's house. And we are going to my mom's house for Christmas. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this. We're gonna do this for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm also going to be just finishing up your questions from my Q&A. If you did not see the first part, I will link that down below. Last week I answered a lot more questions. This week I'll just do a few left over just to make sure I got through them all, and also just talk a little bit more kind of about the balance topic that we were talking about last week. So if you didn't see that video, it is long, but if you want to learn a little bit more about me, I encourage you to watch that. And so let me go ahead and get started with those questions after I get this bottom washi down. Fail. So Fall in Love Plans asked, what made you start making YouTube videos? So I think I talked about this a little bit last week, but I'll just kind of recap. Basically, I had been watching makeup videos and I was starting to get into planning, and I was like, you know what? I could do this. Like I watched like Andrea, Girl in a Magical World. At that time, at least what I knew about, there weren't that many planner YouTubers. It wasn't that big yet. And I had been watching him for like 6 months, and I was like, and I had always been interested kind of in doing something like that online. Just, I don't know, I thought it'd be like a fun way to share my dorky hobbies, but I knew I really didn't want to do makeup videos just because I'm not that skilled at it. Like I just really kind of got into it as like a very random hobby, but I'm not like a makeup guru or anything. And B, I really didn't want to show my face. So when I got like into the planning community, I was like, oh, I could do that because you only see my hands. So that was kind of how I decided to try it out. I just thought, oh, you know, I'll stick with it for like a month or two or whatever. But it stuck. It's really fun. I've had a really good time sharing all this with you guys, and for me, it's been a really nice hobby, like a creative outlet that I didn't have before, and I feel quite dedicated to it now. So you guys are stuck with me. Well, you're not. You can choose not to watch, but okay. So Plan with Carmen asks, how is your planning style before? So way before, like in college, what I would do was like I just color coded everything. So I had a daily, like hourly planner, not an Erin Condren obviously, but I don't know, like one of those day at a glance type planners, and it had like hour by hour. I had an Compta, I think was the brand, for a while, and I would block out my time, especially for classes and studying and due dates and everything. I would use a color coded system. This is totally dorky, but I would have like a per class, I would have a color for that class. So it would be like in my planner, I would use markers corresponding to that one color, and then my folder and my notebook and everything would also be that color, because that just made me really happy. So that was like my real like first serious planning and starting to decorate stuff, but it was more like functional decoration. And then I discovered, like how I talked about last week, I kind of discovered the idea of decorating your planner, and I tried to start with just washi. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get sucked into buying all these stickers. Let me just get a few rolls of washi and maybe like one pack of like dollar store stickers, you know, the dollar stickers at Michael's. I'll start there, that'll be good. Yeah, obviously, famous last words. So I definitely did not just stop there, and then kind of got into planning. And when I started, it was much more focused on no white space and very like just very like copying basically what Andrea did, honestly. I just was very like into her videos, and I just kind of followed along with what she did. So yeah, since then I've gotten a little bit more creative. I still incorporate a lot of ideas from other YouTubers just because I like seeing what other people do and I'm inspired by that. And I get ideas from there, but I've gotten a little bit more flexible in my own personal style. By the way, guys, I'm starting, on Friday, we're driving home to where I'm from, to my mom's house. And so I'm leaving Christmas Eve and Christmas Day blank for now. I'll kind of come back to those. I think I'm going to use the double box, but let me grab another question here. Disney Planner Girl 85 said, how has your life changed since you began making YouTube videos? Which I love, by the way, and I think you're hilarious. That's really cute, sweet. Thank you so much. My life, I think the biggest change in my life is that I got a new job. So I started a new job at the end of the summer, and it's a more intense job, both in terms of responsibility and occasionally demand. Some days are like really slow. It's like much more up and down than my old job. My old job was like pretty consistently busy, and like, you know, you might have like a few busy weeks, but you kind of knew they were coming and you could kind of anticipate them and then like get ready for that. Whereas my current job, it tends to be like basically like until I show up for that day, like sometimes I don't know how bad the day is gonna be, like, which kind of drives me crazy, but is the fact of life right now. And it also has a much longer commute, which has taken time away from other stuff. So that I think is the biggest change. I'm trying to think. I was always married when I had YouTube, right? Oh, yeah. I've been married since I had YouTube. I'm trying to think of any other changes. Oops, that doesn't cover up the whole December. I mean, honestly, just YouTube's been a much bigger part of my life. I used to read a lot more and probably watch a little bit more like TV. Not like just sitting down to watch TV, but I would watch like more shows. But a lot of that time I honestly spend on YouTube now. But that's okay, that's what I like to do. Your hobbies change. And I've also really recommitted to exercise. I'm in grad school, so I graduated from grad school. I worked and went to grad school at the same time. And I did grad school I graduated in 2015, and like in the last semester of grad school especially, I really struggled with getting my exercise in. But I think I have really recommitted to that, and especially since like this spring, I think I've really done a good job at like committing to exercise. So it's become a bigger part of my life again. So yeah, I think those are the main changes. No, like we're hopeful that our next big change is going to be getting a dog, but we have not gotten all our ducks in a row on that yet, so TBD. So to Beth Ode asks, how do you prepare for the videos? So for my Erin Condren plan with me's, I do some pre-planning on like a little like $1 spot pad or Target dollar spot pad. I did create a video on how I pre-plan in general, and I will link that below. That's really all the prep I do. I probably should do more, which is probably why I constantly am rambling in my videos, but I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna do a header for this section. I like to just be able to kind of sit down and film and not feel like I have to do too much prep. So my main prep is just that little pre-planning that I do. And that's really more just so like I don't place my stickers down wrong than necessarily like planning what I'm gonna say, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have the habit tracker, we have some washi. What else do we have? We have a buy these, which actually would be good for this week. We have a weekly ombre, which will be good for YouTube. And then I'm gonna take a heart checklist for kind of like I almost kind of wanna do like a don't forget section. Maybe I'll grab a littles. No, I'll probably use the little headers every day? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll grab this week, the schedule for YouTube, and then the buy these one I'll just leave kind of as is. So next I'm gonna do this one, and that'll be for YouTube. Okay, next question. Paris Chick 15 asks, how did you get started in paper planning? I think I kind of talked about my evolution there. Really, I started in college, and then when I discovered YouTube, that's kind of like when it all, like the planner community on YouTube, that's when I really got into the whole Etsy sticker thing. Heather Ann Plans asks, who was the first Etsy shop you ever bought from? And I could go check, but I'm gonna be lazy and not. And I think it either was Planner Kate or the Planner Junkie, or what is now, it used to be, I think it's Little Dog Paper Co. now, or is that what it used to be? I forget. But and it's funny because honestly, I don't buy from any of those shops anymore, right? Which I bought from Planner Kate for a while, but I just kind of got away from her style and her, and like, I don't do monthly color stuff as much, and I used to really like her monthly color stuff. So I have not bought from her in a long time. The Planner Junkie does have some cute new stuff, but she's doing the whole binder thing, and I just, for me, that's not really how I prefer to buy stickers. It's just, I don't know, that just doesn't go along with my storage system, so I don't do that. And then I'm gonna leave a little gap. And then Little Dog Paper Co. I still follow her on Instagram. I just haven't been as enamored with stuff. But basically, like when I first started buying stickers, because obviously, like I said, I was really obsessed with Andrea's videos, but Scribble Prints Co. was closed at the time. And then when she reopened, I must have placed, like the order I placed was gigantic. So I was definitely excited to try out her stuff. And okay, let's put this down. I'm gonna do a thinner one here because I want to make sure I have room for everything. Okay, next question. Plan on a Budget asks, if you had to give up YouTube or Netflix, which would you choose? Definitely Netflix. I love YouTube. I honestly don't, like I said, have kind of stopped watching quite as much shows. Any shows, I try to watch like a lot of shows in real time as they come out, so I just use like our cable subscription. We get some on like on-demand stuff, or if I can sit down and watch it, I do. And we watch like a lot of stuff on HBO too. So yeah, I think I could definitely give up Netflix. We are currently watching House of Cards, so I would be sad to not know how season 4 ends, but I would survive. Okay, so next question comes from Ramos E. Alidi. Sorry if I mispronounced any of that. Love your channel, one of my inspirations to decorate my planner. That's really sweet. From all of your weeks already done, which one is your favorite? And when are you planning to, do you listen to music or watch TV or just work on your planner without anything? I'll answer the last one first. Well, normally when I plan, I am talking to you guys. Honestly, I do like some of my videos that are like sped up. I don't chat, obviously, like, or sometimes I do and then I realize I did not make any sense, so I need to speed this video up. But most of them are more like those types of videos. I don't, when I'm not chatting, I still don't really watch anything. I've tried to do that in the past, but honestly, I just kind of get distracted, and I think it's better that I don't. And obviously when I'm doing something like this, I can't watch anything because I am busy talking. And then out of all my spreads, oh, what's my favorite? I think I'm gonna have to limit that to just what's in this planner. This planner I started earlier this fall, so I really don't have that many to choose from. But I could go way back. I do have somewhere on my channel like a flip through of my 2015 planner, and I'll probably try to do something like that for 2016, and I can talk a little bit about some of my favorite spreads there. But let me just show you one of my favorites here. I'm looking through these. So I did love the last Glam Planner week I did. This was just a really pretty one. I just loved how this turned out, and I really liked how I colored in the hearts. I've been trying to do that more when it makes sense with the kit. I just think that looked a lot prettier than just doing check marks. And then I think probably my favorite is probably this one. It's really busy, but I just loved the colors and the clip art on this, and I just really liked how it came together. It made me really happy. So probably this one. Maybe it'll be this week though. We'll see how this goes. So that is that question. Carolyn _plans asks, what are your favorite pens? right now, definitely my favorite pens are the Papermate Inkjoy Gel in 0.7. I have some 0.5s as well, but for me, the 0.5 is like a little, I don't like writing on the 0.5 as much like on certain stickers. I just love how chunky this looks, and I think it really glides a lot smoother than the 0.5 for me. I don't know how people write in 0.38 because I think that is way too thin, but I'm definitely a 0.7 type of girl. Before the Papermate Inkjoy Gels came out, my favorite pens were the Pilot G2s in 0.7, but I definitely have switched over. I'm like definitely switched to the Papermate Inkjoy Gels. Putting the Today headers up there, I need to think about how I want to do the full boxes now, so I might have to stop answering questions for a second. So let's see. So basically I kind of wanted to do the car on Friday because I thought it'd be super cute since we're driving on Friday to do that, or even Friday into Saturday, but I also am gonna have this big deco probably here. And then, so I don't want to have like the two really big decos next to each other. So I might just do these over here and then kind of so I can space them out. And I think it's still thematic because I am driving during the week in general. So I'm gonna put these down. Okay, now we can answer questions that I sorted that out. In my life asked, what is one spread you've done that you absolutely love? Just showed you guys that. So I think we're good on that. Just Christia asked, how do you manage? Oh yeah, I answered this one last time, but I am gonna come back to this in a second. And then Joanna Hackett, hey Joanna, asks, I don't think I have ever seen a photo of you. Have you ever shown your face in a video? If not, will you consider doing it? Yeah, so I definitely am gonna do that on Instagram stories next week, or the week you're seeing this. So I'm filming this on Saturday. I'll try to do it on Monday or Tuesday whenever I'm having a good hair and makeup day. I will try to do a quick Instagram story just to say hi to you guys and let you see my face. So definitely follow me over on Instagram if you want to be there for that. So that is all of the questions I received. Thank you guys so much for submitting them. It was a lot of fun, and it seems like you guys liked getting to know me a little bit better, so that makes me happy. And then now let me chat a little bit more about balance, because it is something I personally have struggled with and definitely don't have it worked all out, but I do feel pretty good about where I'm at with it right now. So I think I'm gonna skip these two because I don't like those decorations as much. I really like the cozy sweater look. So first, like I said, disclaimer, this is all like the balance that I've struck in terms of my priorities. Like I said last time, I have really 5 main priorities. Work, my relationship with my husband and my marriage, my social life, staying healthy, exercising, eating right, and YouTube. So those are like my 5 main priorities in life right now, and I spend pretty much all my time working on them. And it took me a long time to get to this place. Gigi, thank you Gigi for always watching and commenting on my videos, was saying like she's really struggling right now. She's kind of in that post-college phase of her life where it's like, you know, just getting used to the real world like schedule and feeling like you don't have any time for the things you used to enjoy, like when you're so exhausted at the end of the workday. And like, let me tell you, that was something I struggled with so much when in my early 20s. Like seriously, that just hit me right in the feels because that's totally where I was at. And I think for me, some things that really contributed to that level of like almost just like not negativity, but just like not being able to like engage in things. I think for me, part of it was like I was going out too much. So like on the weekends I would like, or even on Thursday nights, like I would go out and I would party, but then like the rest of the week I would be exhausted. So that was not good. But then also I really did not have my eating right. And I am a firm believer in like, I call it getting your base right. Like you've got to get your base down before you're going to have time and energy for other things. And when I say your base, what I mean is like getting your food sleep and exercise down. Like, I think those things at the end of the day provide you energy to do everything else. Like, if you're not sleeping enough, you're not going to engage in the time you do have. If you're not eating right, you're going to feel lethargic and like too like up and down sugar spiky. And if you don't exercise, you're not going to just like, it kind of amplifies the energy that you get from eating and sleeping in my mind. So I think for me, that was the thing that it was hard because like all of those things took time. So when I felt like I didn't have time, it was hard to dedicate additional time to those things. But I think once I finally realized that they really almost have, like I said, an amplifying effect on your time in other ways, I was more willing to like dedicate time to them. So that's a long way to say that like getting all that stuff down at first is definitely important. And then I think another thing that I really struggled with when I first started, especially in the workforce, was allowing myself to take time off. I felt like I wasn't like allowed to use my PTO. And I think that's true. When you can't like, after you start a job, you can't take like a day off like your second week there. But I do think you can. I'm just gonna put these actually up because I want to leave the bottom washi for deco. And I'm only gonna put these on like Monday through Thursday because for the rest of the week we'll be home. But I do want to make sure I'm eating like some good stuff on these days. Although it's covering up the car, and that car is so cute. Maybe we will put them down in the washi. Okay, sorry. So I think that you can't sprint forever, right? You can't work hard really intensely for an entire year. Like, you get vacation for a reason. And I think a lot of people that suffer from burnout and suffer from not being able to like engage in their normal life are not taking the time off that is granted to them by their companies to allow them to engage in their lives. So I saw a really interesting quote, I think it was like on a Harvard Business Review article or something, that basically was like, it was a manager at it might have been at Goldman, at some really high intensity job. And he was like, we have plenty of people that leave for burnout, but every single time when they leave, we look and they say they have vacation times that they didn't use. And he's like, I don't know why they're not using it because that's such an easy way. And I think that's totally true. So I think taking actual vacations is important. And I also think just taking mental health days, like I probably have, it works out to probably about 1 day a month where I just like take off to get shit done. And often it's like the day, kind of like my mom will show up, like my mom and stepdad, when they visit, it'll be like, oh, they're coming in the afternoon, and I'll just take the whole day off so that I can just get some stuff done before they arrive. And that I think is like a good use of time because it allows me to not feel stressed out by their visit and be able to get a few things done beforehand. And it also, I'm just putting like a laundry little thing here. And it's just a good way to like just kind of give myself space when it's already a busy week to take some time off to just like get my life right. And I do have a bill due this day, so I'm gonna put this here. Okay, I kind of hate that that's covering the car, but I'll survive. So I think that's actually it for my little things. I might come back to that, but I think that's it. So yeah, so I think those types, so I think being willing to take that time, even if like you feel like, oh, I can't take time off, I'm like so, work is so busy, it's impossible. I guarantee you are not that important. And I say that like with a lot of love, and I would say it to myself too. No one is irreplaceable. No one can literally, a company's job is to design a workflow and processes and everything that can survive without a single employee. And if they don't do that, then that's on them. That's not your responsibility to take care of that. I kind of want to put this like, maybe I'll just put it here. Or do I want to put it up here? Let me put down these little flags first. So do not feel like, oh, like that, I really can't take time. Like, even the president takes time. So you can definitely take time, and you need to take time for your mental health. So I think that is definitely an important thing. Now the weekend banner. I want to show the dates though. Although am I gonna do date covers? Because I don't love the black with this kit. Okay, we're gonna hold on the weekend banner for now, guys. I lied. So I have some leftover stickers from Two Little Bees, and I actually might use these dots as date covers combined with some washi. So we're gonna try that while I continue to chat here about balance. So those are kind of my tips on trying to find balance after, like when you're first transitioning to the workforce. I don't know if they're helpful or not, but in general on balance, I have a few, I wrote myself like a little post-it because I did want to talk about a few things. Okay, I have a few other thoughts on that. So yeah, number one, getting your base right, as I call it, I think is hugely important and something a lot of people do not focus on enough. So that is definitely, I think, key to getting everything, all your ducks in a row there. I don't want these to be like different heights. It's not that noticeable, right? And so, yeah, then also in terms of balance, I also think one strategy I really try to do is to batch things. So when I say batch things, I just mean like doing a bunch of the same task at once. So I really like to do batch cooking on Sundays, for example. So instead of like cooking a different lunch every day of the week, I would much rather take the time to prep on Sunday. I try to prep pretty much all of my lunches. I typically have to like pack them again on Tuesday night because I just don't have enough Tupperware, but and I just kind of think things like get a little gross if you pack them too soon with sauces. But I like roast everything in advance, chop everything in advance. Everything's all assembled in my refrigerator, and I can just kind of pull from it, and that is already all set for me. And then I also do, I try to do batching with YouTube. You guys sometimes will probably see me, I reply to a bunch of YouTube comments at once, and that's not because I don't love reading them, and it's not because I want to ignore them, but it's a lot easier for me to go through them all at once and reply to them as opposed to trying to reply to them as they come in. I think the same applies to emails. I can't really do it as much at my job, but often when stuff piles up in my personal inbox, I'll just set a time where I'm gonna just sit down and bang it out, and I just get all of those taken care of. I also do batching with, I try to do it with other YouTube tasks like editing and filming. The only problem is my camera battery doesn't last that long, so I have a harder time doing that, but I try to. And I also do, what else do I batch up? When I was cleaning, I would do that. I was never a type where I just wanted to clean a little bit every day. I'd just rather bang it out, I'd just rather get it done. I just think that there's a lot of energy and time wasted in context switching, which is when you go in between two activities. I think that you lose a lot of efficiency when you're constantly trying to switch, so it's just easier to just get things done all at once, in my opinion. Oh yeah, this is a cute little way to do this. This is very cute. So that's one tip. Another tip I have is honestly, I don't think multitasking makes you more productive. I think it makes you less productive. I think there's research that shows that humans actually can't multitask. So when you think you're multitasking, all you're doing is single tasking quickly. And you're just kind of going back and forth between things and giving, you're not really dividing your attention. You're just actually switching back and forth kind of inefficiently. And so I try really hard to not do that. If I'm gonna focus on something, I'm trying to do it. Sorry, you guys were just super out of frame. But I'm just trying to do it and not spend time trying, I don't edit and watch TV typically. So occasionally I'll do it with football, but really what I end up doing is totally ignoring football and I'm just focusing on editing. So it's not even I'm getting that much more done. But I think that especially applies at work. I used to try to work with YouTube in the background, and really I can't do that. I really can't do that, and it's really not efficient or conducive to giving my best work. And I've accepted that I really just can't listen to YouTube. Honestly, I can't even really listen to music while I work. I used to think oh yeah, it's helping me focus. No, it's just kind of distracting me and making me not focus as much. I'm trying to find a good label to mark my workouts because she doesn't really have quarter boxes in this kit. So I might use these, the Planning Roses ones. I think those will be good. And I'm gonna put a workout every day, Monday through Thursday. I don't know if I'll do them. I probably will skip one, but I kind of just want to have them in here. Does this color, it doesn't quite match. Does this red one match? Yeah, that actually matches pretty well. I'll use this. I'm gonna try to work out all 4 mornings because I know I won't work out at all over Christmas weekend, but I don't know if it's really gonna happen, let's be honest. So I'll put them in, but if I don't do them, it's like, or if I skip one, it's not a crisis. So yeah, I am anti-multitasking, and I just don't think it's actually conducive to being a productive person. And then my final tip is more of like a framing thing than an actual technique. And that's really to think about balance on the scale of like, as opposed to thinking about a single day and like, oh, this was such an unbalanced day. All I did was like laze around, or all I did was like work and I didn't get to do any of my hobbies. I think it's really important to think about balance more on the week, month, even year for time frame, as opposed to just thinking about it specifically for a given day. And that is an idea that's inspired by, I read a book by Laura Vanderkam called I Know How She Does It. I honestly find Laura Vanderkam kind of problematic for a variety of reasons, but I was very inspired by this idea because I think it's so true that, and her book kind of focuses on basically she found like high-powered women and had them like that have really high-powered jobs, like they earn over $100,000 a year and they have kids. And she talked to these women about like, how do you fit it all in? And she had them do a time log for a week. And one thing she really noticed from the time log is that people are creating like a mosaic of life. So instead of like every day they have the same schedule and like that's their what they do every day and that's how they find balance, it's often much more like, okay, Monday I'm on a business trip, so I'm working 14 hours a day. And then on Tuesday I'm home. I have to work the first half day traveling home but then I get to take the rest of the half day to like go to my kids' school pageant. And then on Wednesday, I work a normal day and I try to get home for dinner with my kids. But then on Thursday, I have a work meeting at night. And it's much more about that, like fitting the time that you want for your various things in over the course of the week, as opposed to focusing on a given day. And I found that such a really, like for me, that was such a mind shift and so helpful to me because I think I was already kind of doing that, but it always felt like I just felt like I needed to give myself permission to do that. And really that makes so much more sense to me. And I don't know, it was like a huge mind shift for me. So that was really helpful, and maybe it's helpful to one of you, because I really do think that's how I approach my time. And I'm much more likely, I'm struggling here to plan, and that is definitely like something that I have struggled with. Not like I just want every day to look the same. I am just a creature of routine. I am a creature of habit. I want to have, okay, I wake up at this day or this time every day and I go to work for this many hours and I come home, and that is how I would probably prefer to live my life, but that is not realistic given my job, given just honestly my commute, given the social stuff I try to do, which, varies day to day, given my workout schedule, which I take different classes on different days. And so I have tried to come to terms with that. And it's been like something I've honestly really struggled with, is that like, it's okay that every day doesn't look the same. It's okay that like one day you have like 3 hours of alone time to work on YouTube at night, and then the next day you feel like you don't have like any time. And over the course of the week, you're still getting the alone time and the productive time that you need, even if on a given day you're not fitting it in. So that has been like a huge help for me to help shift my mentality and to just view my time differently and view like almost my forward planning a bit differently. So if I know like I don't have a social activity after work, and my husband's busy and I don't have as much YouTube stuff to do, like I'm gonna try and fit in some extra work stuff. Like that is the time, like I've already created space out of my life, so I might as well use that for work. So I don't know if that's helpful to you guys. For me, it was like a huge light bulb moment. So that was great. And I definitely like it, it's definitely something that has stuck with me from that book. So I think that's kind of all of my thoughts on balance. I'm not great at it. It's not perfect. It's definitely still something I'm working on, but it's a progress. It's a process, and I'm hopefully getting there. So let me know if you have any other questions down below or additional thoughts. Definitely happy to hear those. So now let me talk to you guys about what I've actually have going on this week. Monday morning, I'm gonna try and go for a spin class. I realized I have a bunch of ClassPass classes that I need to use up before the 28th. So I'm gonna go to 2 spin classes this week. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are ever interested in ClassPass, I did go ahead and stick my referral link in the description. No obligation to use it, of course, but if you were so inclined, I would appreciate it. And it's definitely in a lot more cities now, and I have had a lot of fun with it, trying out different classes. I'm trying to find a sneaker that matches, and I'm struggling. Well, let's find one on this sheet, I guess. Maybe we'll go with the dark red here, or this red. I don't really love the red on red, but that's fine. And then on Tuesday, I want to go for a run in the morning. Well, let me do Monday night. So Monday night, I want to get a lot of YouTube editing done. So I'm going to take one of my GP Sticker Studios little YouTube clappers. I'll take her red one, or just one of these colors match. Maybe the blue. For something different. Yeah, I'll put this up here. I don't like that. To mark down that I want to get a lot of editing done. And then onto Tuesday, I do want to go for a run that morning. She doesn't have any. She did have a YouTube clapper, but I kind of like the little cutout one better. And so I'm going to grab a running icon. Got my Scribble Prints Co. ones here. And I don't think that blue really matches. Oops, that fell off. Grab this light blue. And then on to Wednesday, I have a fitness class that morning. So I'm gonna grab some dumbbells from Planner-esque. Oh, duh, I gotta do Tuesday night. Let me just get all my workouts done, because that's apparently what I wanna do anyway. So I'm gonna I guess I'll just grab does this blue go? No, not really. I'll grab a red one. And then on Thursday, I wanna go to another spin class, because like I said, I have too many, classes to use up. So I am going to I guess I'll just take another red one. I kind of wish I had a blue one to keep the pattern going. But we'll go with the red. So I'll just take this, put this here. Okay, that blue one's gonna drive me nuts, so I have to switch that to red. I don't know why, but that is how my brain works. Where did I put those? Oh, here they are. That. So we have a red circle icon on every day, and that makes my brain much happier. Okay, now let's go back to the other plans. On Tuesday night, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do on Tuesday, so I think I'm actually gonna leave Tuesday night blank. Wednesday night, I know I wanna get a lot of gift wrapping done. I think everything will have come in by then, so I can focus on that. So I'm gonna take this little piece of deco and put that down to put that there, and then maybe also just this little one at the bottom here, just for something kind of festive and cute. And then on to Thursday night, I need to pack. Does she have like a suitcase sticker? No. So I do have these Caress Press ones. I think this little green and blue one will work, although there's not a ton of green in this spread, but there's enough. I think that looks super cute. And I kind of want to layer that. I wish she had like a flag or something. I'm just going to do this. Little label here. Actually, maybe I'll just kind of put it here and write that in next to it. And then I I'm going to put this here because I do want to just do a little pre-filming that night, because obviously I can't film over the weekend and I do want to plan out the following week just so it's done when I get back. So I'm gonna take this little YouTube clapper and put that. And then Friday is when we drive to my mom's house. So I'm gonna take a half box and put that in because that's really gonna take up all day. I do have these super cute road trip stickers, but I'm not sure the colors match super well with all the black. So I'm not gonna use that. I will use maybe these little script ones that say travel day. I think that's cute. And so I'll take this little red one and put that up there. And I think she had a car icon too. Yeah, so I'll just put this here to mark that down. And then when we get there, we'll probably decorate cookies or something, but I'm not gonna mark that in. That'll go in my plan as I go. And then on to the weekend. So that morning we have like a Christmas brunch with my stepdad's family. And then that night we go out to dinner and go to midnight mass. So I might take two half boxes, and put those in. Might just white out these lines because they really show through this paper. Oh yeah, and my weekend banner, shoot. Let's not forget about that. So I think since we have those up there, it's not gonna go up there. But let's just put it here. I'll just go traditional weekend banner style. And maybe for the brunch, I won't put a half box because that'll just look a little cramped. And for Christmas Day, I might take like this cozy sweater one. I'm honestly bummed my Fox and Pip stickers haven't come in because I think that would be perfect. But they haven't even shipped yet, so that is just not happening. So I will take maybe some deco along there just to mark out that it is Christmas Day, and just gonna be like, we kind of make the rounds to various family. Obviously we open gifts. And we have the tree down there, so I'm not gonna put a tree in. Maybe this stocking? No, I'll save that for the sidebar. Maybe I'll just make like a cute little pile of gifts here. Let me get this one. And put an ornament up here. It's a little big. I think that's kind of cute. And obviously we have this big thing there. And then I do need something for the brunch, so maybe I'll just take this cute little coffee mug to mark that down, and then I'll write it in next to it. Okay, I think that is very cute. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in now, and then I'll come back and finish up the deco. I just wanna get everything filled in first. Okay, so I have filled in everything I know so far. I probably will come in and fill something in on Tuesday, TBD on that. And I am going to go now with some deco. I definitely wanna incorporate some of this because it's so pretty. I think I also want to put down like something that says Merry Christmas on obviously on this day, on Christmas. So I have this Christmas Day one from Two Little Bees. I could kind of like layer over here. Actually, yeah, that's really cute. So just layer that. And I do have this Christmas Eve one too. I could kind of layer under this ornament. Yeah, that looks really cute. I just wanted to put a little bit more there just to mark those down. And then I have this deco. So how do we want to use this? So I definitely want to put this little car on Friday because we are driving to Rochester. I kind of want to move this up and see if it'll actually fit in the day. Should be using undo, but I'm not, which is bad because I'm ripping this paper. Actually, I don't really care if I cover up that little's header, so I'm gonna put this here because I just think that looks so cute. Because that's kind of like what we're doing all day anyway. So that is perfect. And then I have this little stocking, although there's one right there, so I kind of want to put a different deco piece there. So maybe, is this tree too big? Probably. It's not horribly big. It's kind of big, but like I could still write next to that. So I'm gonna put that there. And then I have this really cute little fox guy. He's gotta go somewhere. Maybe he can go right here. On Wednesday. And I do have all this space down in the bottom washi, so I should use that. Put this here. Okay, I think that is good. Otherwise, we're gonna get into like deco overkill. I am loving how this looks. The last time I did a Glam Planner spread, which was a couple weeks ago, I will link that below, I mentioned that I didn't find it that functional, and I still totally agree, but on a week like for Christmas where the weekend's totally, you know, gonna be just kind of traveling anyway, so I'm just kind of pre-planning for fun, not for function, and where my plans for Monday through Thursday are really more focused on getting my to-dos done. I actually really like how this turned out. I think it's so fun for like a decorative holiday week. Like I said, probably not what I want when I'm actually trying to plan a little bit more functionally, but for a fun decorative holiday week, this was perfect. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we have left here. So I have just a few pieces of deco left, a couple of half boxes and icons, a couple of full boxes, couple of these heart checklists. I used up the full box, used up most of the washi, and I do have a lot of little things left, so I will hang on to those. So I think I made pretty good use of this kit. I'm definitely enjoying how it looks. I love how I brought in these date covers. Those numbers from Two Little Bees worked out perfectly. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought below. Let me know your thoughts on balance as well, since we were talking about that earlier. And I hope you have a great Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you enjoy your day off work. And either way, Happy New Year. I'll be back obviously a few times this week, but my schedule might be a little disoriented until the new year. So just make sure you're subscribed and you'll get notified of the videos I am posting. So thank you guys as always for watching. Happy holidays and talk to you soon. Bye.